Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
Hey there guys, this is Malorian, and this will be a series of battle reports because it will be all 4 games from the It Came From Out of the Basement tournament that I went to this last weekend. So if you look at the video and it looks a little bit long, that's because there's 4 battle reports plus my thoughts on the event and also the challenge that I took up. So first of all, talking about from Out of the Basement here, these is a group that's been around for a really long time who really want to support the hobby. So there's lots of other stores and clubs that run steamrollers, but these guys really want to focus on like the conversion and the painting and just trying things that are different and interesting. So what this tournament was going to be was not your usual 50-point steamroller. It was actually going to be a 35-point event where the actual scenarios are going to come from other type of like opening events or the campaigns they've had over the years, and so they'll all be like these alternate scenarios. Now they all are going to have the kill box artifice on it, and so when I heard that, I thought, you know what, maybe I should go for assassination. Take Kane 2, Striker 2. I was also wondering if I should just like goof around. Now, of course, since it has to be painted, and also I'm doing all painted 2016, that was going to be limiting, but it was getting me thinking about what type of different list I might run. However, then Party Foul came in, and when the resculpts came out, one of the new ones that came out here was Sturgis. And they were talking about how you never see Sturgis, and he's never taken to a tournament. So I kind of stepped up and said, like, well, I run Sturgis, not all the time, but I like Sturgis. So you know what? I'm going to take him to the tournament. So, I kind of took on Party Foul's challenge. They said if I did this, they put the battle reports on their channel, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that decided one list. And so once I had Sturgis in there, I was trying to figure out what else to put in there. I was trying to think of something else fun till I actually realized my brother was playing and he was going to bring in runes and EE, and that was going to be a real issue. So I decided to try and deal with all the tough players. I was going to bring in my Haley2 double Stormwall, which in a very mean way actually fits into 35 points. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, so this first game right away, I took my Haley2 list, and that's because I'm up against this list here. Looks really nice. His name is Corey. I know him from a long time in my fantasy days. And this is a Legion list, of course, with Thagrosh 2. And I didn't really feel that Sturgis was the right drop here. It's really, like, he can just tear apart War Machine, but Hordes really isn't his thing. So with this here, I thought, you know what? Can't do it. I'm going to go with the Stormwalls. So the scenario was kind of almost a non-scenario. The way it works is, of course, like I said, there's kill box, but there's no death clock. And the way it works is that on turn 6, you randomize, and one of the side board edges, the first, I can't remember if it was a foot, yeah, I think it was a full foot of it, just becomes shallow water. Now, for starters, that's really late in the actual scenario, so it's probably not going to really matter. But the second part is that he's Legion and I'm Colossals, so shallow water is a non-issue, really. It's one of those things where we looked at it like, wow, this is actually just caster kill, isn't it? So looking at this here, I want to play this very defensively. In fact, I forgot to take the first picture, so this is after my first turn. And really, the silver one is my bonded Stormwall. I basically put up deceleration just in case he gets some shots on me. But I want to play this very carefully. I don't need to get up there, so I'm just going to kind of start picking things off and shooting them and seeing how that goes. So on his turn, he takes to the walls, as you see here. So he basically spreads around. He has some tenacities going around. He has the Dragon's Blood on the left Scythian. The right one has that one where if I shoot him, he gets to move. And otherwise, Thagrosh is right up there at the wall. So given this, I'd like to just kind of go around and kind of shoot him and all these things. But the problem is that I have a real issue with some threat ranges. So the way it works is, of course, I can shoot my 14 inches. That's all hooray. I can charge in really far, but he has a wall bonus, which I don't really want to deal with. But his Scythians normally threaten 11 inches, and then with the Slipstream, they threaten 13. So I got 1 inch of room on that on shooting, and if I screw that up at all, I'm probably going to lose a storm wall. So whereas I'd like to just stay back and shoot, first of all, I don't think it would do very much because of how he's behind a wall. But secondly, I just don't want to take that chance. I get a little bit too close, and then bam, I lose a storm wall. So on my turn, I decide that I'm going to pop feet and get right in here. So I come in and I start shooting the right Scythian, and then realizing that with that spell, he doesn't have to move towards me right away. It's in the maintenance phase. I put a pod beside him so that, sure, yeah, if you want to move towards that, go ahead, no problem. So, yeah, I got the temporal acceleration on the left one, did some okay damage on the Scythian, and like I said, I popped my feet here, and what I'm really trying to do is kind of force him back. Like if I can force him off the wall or something, or if nothing else, remember, this is trying to kill the caster, and if I can force Thagrosh away from this wall, then I can really go and try and get him. So on his turn, he just completely backs up. Now, like I said, there's kill box, and the way it works in this one is a lot like hardcore, or the way hardcore used to be, where you take 5 damage. So he's going to be taking that, but otherwise, everything backs away. And to me, that's fantastic. He already has some early damage onto Thagrosh. I can now go and start trying to pick things away that doesn't have the high defense. So what I really want to deal with on this turn is I want to kill the pot, and I want to kill, well, probably maybe that Shredder, and I also want to start hurting that Scythian even more. And like I said, one of the interesting interactions that he then kill boxes himself, takes 5 damage, and because he takes 5 damage, he makes a Shredder. So it's not all bad for him. And so otherwise, that's what I do on my turn. I put on the pressure a little bit more. Of course, my feet's gone, so that protection's away. But basically, I start shooting on that Scythian. I take it out. I'm able to shoot and take out the pot as well, so that's gone. He's down a heavy. He's down the spawning vessel. I destroyed the one Shredder on the left. In fact, I probably should have taken some more shots. I think I could have got some on that other Shredder, the new one, but didn't really think to take them. Otherwise, I'm trying to make it very difficult to get that one Scythian to me, so I'm just kind of throwing pods in the way just to try and make a mess. My Stormcallers are trying to call down lightnings on things, but they keep on failing. But yeah, feeling good. The attrition is working out well. So on his turn, he tries his best to try and get that Scythian to me, but it doesn't really work. When he tries to go in with Thagrosh, try and kill off the pods, it just doesn't really work. So I believe this here is going to be his feet turn, I believe. So he did try and get some things around me here, like the Scythian was able to come over, I believe, make an attack there. You see the Rake is coming over, and so this is where I have to be a little bit worried. I'd like to try and kill Thagrosh, but I don't think I really can. So instead, I'm just going to keep on attritioning. I'm going to make sure I tie up that Rake. I want to kill that Scythian. If I can also try and do something to the Seraph, whatever it takes, just keep on attritioning. So that's what I do. I'm able to kill the Scythian, and I believe a Shredder dies too. But anyway, I've now engaged that one Rake, so if it wants to leave there, and I've already made a little like wall of pods as well, then it's going to have to kind of deal with that with a nice little free strike. Trying to call down more lightning, more failed, but now, yeah, he's down 2 heavies, and it's really not looking good. So on his turn then Thagrosh decides to go for it, and he pretty much had to at this point, so Thagrosh charges in, destroys the one storm wall because, hey, it's not arcane shielded and he's POW 18, so he can do that, but it did take his entire stack. Otherwise, the other beast tried going after the other storm wall, does some damage, but, you know, nothing too serious. And so now really I just got Thagrosh sitting right there. I could shoot him if I want, but really that's my bonded one that's speed 7. I can also put temporal acceleration on it to make it speed 9. So I can just walk right around there and get right to Thagrosh. Otherwise, a Forsaken and killed one of my Stormcallers, but that's really it. So my turn, that's all I really have to do. I come up, do temporal acceleration. I had to shoot my one pod actually just to make sure I'd have room. Come over here and pow, 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 go down, down goes Thagrosh. So yeah, it was nice. It was a good way to start this off. I wish I could be doing Sturgis this entire time. It is Divide and Conquer 1, so I had to drop this at some point. Hopefully now I'll be seeing more Legion. This was kind of like a really mean list I was running, but Corey, the guy I was facing, I know him. He's totally in with this. He understands it. You know, he's in for it more for the competitive side, and he understands if you want to drop a tough list, he's not going to hold it against you. So, yep, it was good to have this one on my belt, and on to game 2. So game 2, and you see my storm walls are back because it's more Legion. I was actually really happy he dropped this list. His other list was a Veil 2 list that had, you know, double Ravagore, double Angelius, and again, my Sturgis list is designed to go after War Machine, and I'm just not seeing that so far. So this here is going to be up against Abby 2. It's same type of thing as last time, where he has a couple of Scythians and a Seraph and the Rake, and so I'm just going to, again, play this safe, take out the heavies, and it should go a lot like the last one. So this scenario is a little bit different here. I actually really like this one. So the idea is that, again, there's kill box. If you do anything, actually this one here, because there's actually control points, if you kill box yourself you get 2 points, but anyway, there's a line down the middle, and that's kind of what those fences on either side are showing, is the line. And the way it works is that on the second player's second turn, if you have a model on their side of the table and they don't have one on yours, you get a point. First one to 5 wins. So it's a neat little thing about trying to get to the other side and defend your own. And so really, once I saw him go all to one side like that, he won the initiative, wanted to go first. I had that one Stormcaller way on the right side, and you're not going to see him do anything because he's just going to run over and get to his side of the board and lock down the scenario so that he can't really win unless he dedicates a beast or something to go after a 1-point model. So like I said, he got first turn. He has that nice big hill there, which is going to be helping him there. But the Scythians are right there up in the front. He has Fortify on the closest one. And yeah, you know, I have no reason to really hold back. I think this is a time to really get in there, just pop my feet, and start making some damage. So that's what I really do. I put temporal acceleration on the slow one, and then they just really run up. I put up my feet. You can see the one Stormcaller getting in there, and I'm just saying, hey, I got these 2 storm walls in your face. What are you going to do? And what he actually does kind of surprises me, because what I really thought he was going to do was pull back, mainly more to the middle. I did this whole thing really actually kind of scare him off for the hill, but it didn't really work. What he did was actually move here to the left. So both these Scythians come way over here, and at first I thought like, I can still get to him. But then he started moving like a Feral Geist in the way, and the Rake in the way, and it's like, now if I'm going to go after the Scythian, it's actually a lot of trouble. And the close one still even has like the armor buff on it, fortified, and it's still on the hill. So I actually can't really get a lot done. Now by doing this, he also kill boxed Abby. So I'm at 2 points now, which is hooray. The Rake is over the line, so I'm not scoring that way. But yeah, looking at this, I could maybe get my guys to him. I could get up there. I could TK the Rake, something like that. But it's just too many maybes. And if I fail that, Haley is dead. So I'm going to decide this to play safe, pull away, and just start shooting up that Seraph. So that's what I do. I basically just come over here, put down some covering fire. I actually forgot to put down covering fire from the pink one, but whatever. And I start just boosting shots into that Seraph. And my dice were horrendous. It was ridiculous. I thought like, okay, you know, I realized it's high defense on a hill. I'm boosting. What is it? I think he's like defense 14 goes up to a 16, so I need 10s. Whatever it is, I just kept on missing and then doing crap damage. So I think out of all these shots I did, like 5 boosted shots, I think I did maybe 6 damage. Pretty pathetic. So with that, then he starts coming back, and I believe now his Seraph is actually starting to shoot at my storm wall as well. So doing a little bit of damage here. And again, I could get to his Scythians, but the Rake is making things difficult. And I decide, you know what? I'm just going to still play this safe. And the biggest thing I need to get rid of is that Seraph, because the Seraph is the thing that's really giving him the movement juggle. And so that's really a big issue. So again, just playing it safe, I just kind of shift over here to the right, and this time the guns start connecting, and I am able to take down the Seraph. So it's been a slow kind of attrition so far, and now I'm putting more pressure on because he's down a beast. So on his turn, he decides, you know what, he just has to dedicate. He starts coming up. Originally, he wanted the Rake to come up to actually go and try and get in the way of me, but in the end he decided to actually hop away to make attack on the Stormcaller. Missed that attack, but now I'm looking at this saying, hey, I got these Scythians right in range here now. Sure, he has a Feral Geist there, but it's not blocking my landing zones. So looking at this here now, I really feel this is the time to go in and just smash these Scythians. The bottom one has no buffs at all. The top one has a Fortify, now a Tenacity. Now, if I have my bonded one, it can actually just walk on over to it. That one there is dicey. It's about even if I can kind of kill it. But if nothing else, I should definitely kill the bottom Scythian. He might kill one Stormwall. I'll destroy his other heavy, and then I really got this. And if I kill both Scythians, yeah, it's just in the game. So I come in here and I go after these Scythians, and I fail on both. You know, first at the top, I'm coming in and I leave that Scythian on the top one on 3 boxes. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I knew that one was iffy. The Electroleaps had actually gone down and did like an extra 5 damage to the other Scythian. So I thought, I got that. This is easy. That pink Stormwall charges in, misses the charge attack, and then just garbage happened. I think it missed another attack, and I leave that one on 3 boxes as well. So this is horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. The odds were with me, and I went in for it, and now I'm in real big trouble. So otherwise, this is what it looks like. Haley had to back away, so the Rake didn't kill me. And yeah, this happened here. So really, really bad news. He basically pops his feet and destroys me. In fact, actually, Abby too almost destroyed a Stormwall on her own. He was actually in the position where he was like, maybe I should keep buying attacks because I might be able to proc my Conferred Rage because she was going to kill a Stormwall. So that was pretty crazy. But at this point here, I was on pretty high tilt. But I still had one chance because on the turn before, he had kill boxed himself again. Now again, at this point here, he has so many models. Probably I can't win on scenario, but I only need 1 more point. So what I'm going to try and do though, even though I'm on tilt and I'm upset about this, is I'm going to go and retreat back to his side. So by doing that, I'll go over to his side, and if he follows with everything, I'll score another point and I'll win. So that's what I do. I really just kind of back away and go over to his side. And at first, I figured I had this because everything started coming after me, but the one Shredder, he starts heading back. So that's not the end of the world, because if it doesn't go too far, I can charge in, hit it with a time bomb or something. But yeah, I just got to somehow stay alive, bring things in. So on my turn, what I do is I Arcane Bolt, and I'm able to kill, I believe it was a Forsaken that was there, I believe. And then I charge over into the Naga, get some pretty decent damage on it, and then also hit the Scythians with a time bomb, so that again, I was hoping to maybe kill one because they're pretty injured here, but if nothing else, with a -2 speed, they can't get to me. Now my turn, his turn, I have a little bit of luck here, where both the Rake and the Shredder fail their frenzy test, and so the Shredder that was going to come back and contest my zone has actually now come closer here, so that's good. What's not good is that the Naga took some big bites out of Haley, so that's not good, but again, if I can just survive a little bit longer, I might get this. So I TK myself away from the Naga, or rather TK the Naga away from me, back away, time bomb the one Scythian, and I just gotta hope he gets to me. But unfortunately, what happens here is that he moves actually everything into his zone. So I'm going to win on scenario, but he goes to shoot me with the one Naga, misses. I figure this is awesome, but the Rake has just enough room to move over, jump to me, kill me, and then he just wins an assassination before I can win on scenario. So, this one, like, okay, the guy's name was Alex. He is like the nicest guy you'll ever meet. So I was trying to not show my frustration, but losing my 2 Stormwalls to 2 Scythians was just ridiculous. And I mean, looking back, the safe thing to do was been just to hold back, punch down that one Rake, continue shooting at the Scythians, and just do that. I had all the range game, but I just figured, let's just get in here and finish it, and at the end of the day, I paid the price. So, at least now there's no more, pressure on me. I can now bring out Sturgis, and who cares? So this next game, I'm finally going to see my Sturgis. Out he comes. But I'm facing my brother. It was kind of ridiculous. I was talking to him over lunch about how things were going. He was 2-0. I was 1-1. So at least we figured we wouldn't face each other. And we were talking about this one crazy fire table. This table where you put down 4 tokens, and they start with AoE 3, and then every turn, like starting on turn 2, they increased by D3, all of them. And basically the whole table turns to fire. And again, because there's no other real scenario, you could just kind of hide and wait for your opponent to burn. So we're talking about how crazy this was, and then wouldn't you know it, because of the way they have to pair things up so you don't do the same scenario twice, because they were set to the table, I had to face my brother. So there you go. So as you can see, there are these little red tokens on the board. Those are the fire tokens. And yeah, that's going to be a huge pain, because right now, like I said, those are basically all 3-inch AoEs, but then they're going to extend out, well, not even 3-inch AoEs. There's going out 3 inches. The radius is 3 inches, and it's going to extend D3 every single turn. And so what you have is really by turn 3, almost the whole board is like all fire, and you just have like these small corridors. And what happens is if you enter or end your activation in them, you take a POW 12. So for infantry, that's horrendous. And for himself, he can just put the Pyrotrolls Animus on Calandra and not take it anyway. So this is really bad, pretty horrendous. Now, what I do have is that my Tempest Blazers can sneak around the flank, and the Stormwall with Arcane Shield can weather it no problem. However, Slag Trolls are an issue. So I need to kill those Slag Trolls right away, and some of the tricks I might be able to use is popping Sturgis' feet to pull his trolls outside of his control area if he does really max it out, or maybe I can pull his Slag Trolls to me so I can get them with the Stormwall and take him out. So luckily I get first turn, put out the Snipe onto the Gorman, who just kind of runs up there to the other side of the tree. Arcane Shield is onto the Stormwall. He runs up. You can see that the Blazers and Iris are going one way, where the Block 13th are going the other way. And otherwise, that's really it. So his turn, he starts coming up here, and yeah, he's not going to make it easy to kill his Slags. The Slags are further back. He has the Pyro Trolls, or sorry, the Lightning Trolls and the Winter Troll up front, and so he's kind of blocking me there, which is an issue. Otherwise, doesn't really do very much. Calandra staying pretty far back, and so what I want to do here is I want to try and get to those Slags. What I'm going to need to do is for someone like Gorman to run over, block some of these guys in the front, then Sturgis is going to have to charge up here, go into the fire, but pop his feet, and then maybe be able to drag it so that the Slags are pulled up, and I'll make like this pocket where I can get to the Slags. But the real issue is that because it's directly towards, the fact that they are pretty much side by side really makes that difficult. So I basically go over there and do that. Like the Blazers come in first. They actually kill off one of the Lightning Trolls. That's cool. I come over here with Gorman. He blocks the one Winter Troll so that he won't really get in the way. And then I come over here with Sturgis, pop feet. And yeah, it really didn't work out the way I wanted. First of all, because Gorman, I put him in the wrong spot, so he's kind of also in the way. But yeah, that didn't work. Plus, he cranked the roll in the fire, and I already took like 8 damage just from the fire. So what are you going to do? So what I try and do then instead is a storm wall comes up here, kills these two other lightning trolls. So at least all the lightning trolls are dead. And now I'm just going to have to kind of hope that I survive. And like another kind of silly thing with these fires here is that the Tinker would love to be up there to try and heal up the storm wall, or when I'm going to need to, but I can't because there's a fire and he'll just die. So on his turn, this is where he's going to pop his feet and go after the storm wall. And luckily for me, four slags can take down a armor or arcane shielded storm wall, no problem. But 3 just couldn't quite do it. Now, he really had to decide then whether the Pyro Troll was going to try and finish it off or go after Epic Iris. He decides for Epic Iris, kills that. Winter Troll kills Gorman, and there you go. So really, though, this might not be too bad. If I can come in now with the Blazers, who can maybe kill off that Pyro Troll, now that I have an arm still with the Storm Wall, if he can come in here and kill off like a Slag Troll or 2, I don't know how my dice will maybe spike and be helpful to me. Maybe I can actually get up on this in just a regular attrition. So that's what I try and do. The Blazers come in and try and deal with that Pyro Troll. I do some real good damage, but I can't really finish them off. Otherwise, really try and go after that right slag, and I just can't do it. I just can't. It barely survives, and there you go. So like the Squire that knows he'll never get to me runs off to the side, and I make a decision. I have no good spot to put Sturgis, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Sturgis here on the right. Now, I'm going to kill box myself and take another 5 damage, which isn't good, but what I want to do is, first of all, survive, and then second of all, maybe next turn, camp, charge in, and teleport to Calandra, and just say, hey, either kill me or else I'll kill you. So on his turn, he makes some more attacks. Actually, he has a lot of, of course, fury issues. So things are going to frenzy and attack things he doesn't want to. But otherwise, the Pyro Troll is going to kill the one Blazer. He doesn't really do much else. Like his attacks on the Storm Wall doesn't actually take it out. So I'm feeling really good here. This actually went really well. His attrition didn't really do anything to me. And so now, pretty easily, what I can do is kill off the one slag, do a lot of damage to the other one. I can really get in there, get Sturgis to Calandra, and really try and force this on him. However, I feel like a complete idiot because I was going to be upkeeping Arcane Shield, and then before he does the fire roll on me, because I'm ending my movement in here, he's like, oh, did you mean to drop Arcane Shield? I'm like, yeah, actually, yeah, I didn't actually pay the focus, and I want to have as much camped on Sturgis as possible, so I drop Arcane Shield, and that's the difference. He goes and he rolls high, and Stormwall frickin' dies to fire. So there you go. No dead slag, no tied up other beasts. That was horrendous. So otherwise, I am able to come in here and shoot down the one slag troll. I'm able to kill some of the, just stone guys around. The Pyro Troll goes down. And again, what I'd love to do normally is that the Blazers just run in and surround everything to really limit him. But I can't because this fire is going out like 9 inches from every one of these points. Everything is fire everywhere. And so I just got to hope that Sturgis, who got over to Calandra, can survive. But it's not to be. The first slag troll comes over, does a headbutt. Remember, if you miss a power attack, you get knocked down. But he doesn't miss. I get knocked down. And then Calandra just kills me herself. So there you go. Yeah, this was probably a game that neither me nor my brother enjoyed. We face each other enough normally that we don't like facing each other in tournaments. Sure, it's going to happen sometimes. But yeah, not really a good situation for my Sturgis, and fire all over, and yeah, there you go. So game 2, I finally get to face War Machine, so I'm going to be using my Sturgis list again. And this time I'm up against Jared. He's from a big group that actually came in from Hinton. That was great to see all these new players. And he's actually running Strakov. So this is exactly what my Sturgis wants to see. He wants to see the one jack that he can kind of shut down with Gorman and Iris. infantry he can just kill with the feet, and then everything else is just attrition. So this is a perfect matchup for Sturgis. Now, the scenario was kind of a crazy one. There's this one token in the middle, and you can only pick it up with either your Warcaster or either a hero. Now, a hero either can be a solo or it can be a officer. Now, either way, if you start your activation within 5 inches of the token, you take a point of damage. So it's kind of deadly, but if you can pick it up, and you pick it up by forfeiting your action, and then bring it back to your deployment zone, you win. So that's how it goes. My hero is Epic Iris. His hero is the Marksman. But really, I don't see this coming down to being a scenario thing. I'm probably going to go up there, shoot up some Doom Reavers, and then, deal with Ruin. And there's just really attrition. Like, this one is, like I say, exactly what I want to see. Having Fenris going down the flank, that could be a little bit scary, but I'm pretty sure my Black 13th can handle him. So he wins first turn, and he's going up there. Now, the Marksman's going up, and now this is where I have to be careful. Like, Strakov is up there, the Marksman's up there, and I want to make sure he doesn't get and grab that flag. If I'm a little bit too defensive and he grabs and runs, it's over. So, otherwise, what I believe I can do this turn is, Iris could get up there and shoot something, but then I'd lose her, so I'm going to pull her back. But I believe I can get a few shots on the Doom Reavers with my Tempest Blazers there, and otherwise I just want to kind of get some covering fire or some templates onto that token just to make sure that the Marksman doesn't go for it. So that's what I do. I put Snipe onto the Black 13th and an Arcane Shield onto the Stormwall. The Blazers go up. I'm able to get range just on one of them, and then thanks to Electro Leap, I kill off 2 Doom Reavers. The Stormwall goes up, puts down the covering fire, and then a pod right by the token. Black 13th go up, they shoot the token, or the pod, and then I get that Mage Storm right around the token. So now, if he wanted to come at me, he would have to take a power 12 first. But it doesn't matter anyway, because with Snipe, Lynch is able to see the Marksman, because he can see through stealth, and kills the Marksman anyway. So now, if he wants to get that one token there, Strakov's going to have to do it himself, and I don't really think he's going to do that. So otherwise, on his turn, he does what he can. By the way, superiority is up onto Ruin, but Ruin kind of like positions more around the right side. You can see Fenris is really now threatening on the hill to my right, so I'm definitely going to have to deal with him. The Doom Reavers and the Black Bears are wishing there weren't so many templates around. He has the one Manhunter there in the wood as well, trying to go after me. But really now, this will be the perfect time for my feat. I was able to measure it, and I'm a little bit less than 13 inches away from Ruin with the Stormwall, and so that means that if I go up and I feat and draw him in, then I can get Stormwall to him. So I'm going to do that. That's also going to pull his models out of the forest. The Blazers will come in, kill off a whole bunch of infantry. I'm going to go up there, mess up Ruin. Black 13th should go over and kill Fenris, and that should be pretty decisive. So that's really what I do. Before I go in with the Stormwall, though, Epic Iris does go up and shoot Fenris. Or not Fenris, shoots Ruin, just to make sure it's disrupted, just in case anything goes wrong. And then otherwise, Blazers coming in, shooting all the stuff. Of course, Sturgis had done his thing and then teleported away. Black 13th came over and they unhorsed Fenris and then killed the other version of Fenris. I'd actually tried the blind Ruin as well, but that missed, so whatever. Stormwall charges in and doesn't quite kill him. His mace is out and his Cortex is out and he's disrupted. He has like 3 boxes left and, being disrupted, he's not really going to do very much back. So like I said, crippling turn. This is what I love Sturgis for. This is what he's supposed to do, and now it's his side. And what he's actually able to do here is charge in here with Sturgis into my Stormwall, because he's going to pop feet, which is going to allow him to be in range of Sturgis, so that when that one Great Bear charges me, he'll get +4 speed and should actually have range to get to me. So that's what he does. The Great Bear gets to me, and I realized, this is still a long shot, but he has a chance here. Like, if he lands this, I'm in trouble. He actually misses the charge attack, which would normally mean he's knocked down, but he's a Great Bear that can't be knocked down, so there you go. Makes his backswing, misses that too, and that was really his last chance. So otherwise, yeah, Strakov, it did some little bit of damage to me. The one Doom Reaver didn't even activate or else he'd die. The marksman came up, tried getting some pre-little shots onto Sturgis, but weren't in range. And now it's really my side. And he was saying, like, we can just call it. We don't need to finish this. I got a Strakov camping nothing and Stormwall right there. And I said, no. First of all, I'd love to finish it from the battle report. Plus, I got a cool way of finishing this. So what I do is I come over here with Stormwall, and he's going to first take a free strike from Sturgis, or from Strakov, so that's okay. But then he's going to do a two-handed throw on Ruin, throwing Ruin at one of my Blazers that was on the other side of the forest that I could see on the other side. So in throwing him that way, that's going to throw it through Sturgis, knock him over, destroy Ruin from the throw, and then I just had to buy some attacks and I knocked down Sturgis, and there you go. So luckily my opponent Jared was, he was a good guy. This was extremely one-sided, but to me, this is the way I needed to end this tournament. I came in wanting to play Sturgis, never really had any good drops, had to face my bloody brother with Sturgis, which is not a happy way to go, and then finally in this matchup at the very end, finally get the War Machine drop where he wants to be, and so this made it all worthwhile. So overall, at the end of the day, I ended up 2-2. I was still really kicking myself, though, for that second game loss against the Abbey 2 player. Again, I just like, I know luck was part of it, and one Scythian should have died, but I should have played it safe and pulled back. Now, with that as well, a lot of people are talking about how it was nice to play some of these different scenarios, but there was something missing. And that was really just the whole thing where a lot of these came down to caster kill. There was no death clock, there was no zones, no flags, and really what probably should have done is like a mixture of the two. So maybe you have some flags or a zone, but then also like water comes in from over here, or there's a token, or there's a fire from here. And again, that fire scenario really needed to be toned down. There's lots of ways you can change scenarios, like maybe the water comes in from turn 3, maybe the fires start from just the board edges or the corners. Lots of ways you can do this, but either way, like I said, it was nice to play something different. It was nice to bring out lists I'm not used to using and seeing people I don't normally see, and it was a really fun event. As far as the challenge goes, I did bring out Sturgis, but as it went, it really showed one of the reasons why you don't see Sturgis right now, which is the fact that he doesn't really like seeing the horde stuff. I'm sure there's some way you could change up the list so it'd be better against hordes, so you kind of pull in the beasts, and then maybe you have a lot of hard hitters that go in and try and kill them, but maybe this is not the way my list is set up, but I really find that Sturgis really shines up against the more War Machine lists, where there's just a little bit of infantry there that you can pull into your templates and kill if you want, or there's the one Jack that you can shut down with Iris, and then if you want to, use the feat to destroy it. So I still feel like Sturgis has game and he's a good caster, but currently where there's hordes everywhere, he's just, you need something else if you are going to bring Sturgis. So either way, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye.